100.
Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday. Like I said, Sunday afternoon. On the phone with us all the way from Coweta, Oklahoma, we got Mr. Mason Ford and Mr. Starks. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
That's what I'm talking about. Boy, they on key. They on key right there. I love it. I love it. You guys got a big game this Friday night.
Have y'all always played together?
Yeah, we started playing together in 7th grade.
I can tell. Like, y'all on the same page. Like, Mason will sit in the window and Starks will know where he is. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, I was watching. I was like, they've had to play with each other for a while.
Yeah, it's like Batman and Robin.
Right. It's like
Batman and Robin. Well, fellas, man, Mason, I know we talked a couple of times, man. I'm glad we get to get Starks on here. Starks, I got to say, man, what you done for the team. Was you the starting quarterback last year?
No, sir. I played wide receiver last year.
So this year, Labdy comes in, and then so does coach ask you to play receiver or quarterback, or you just say, hey, man, I'm going to step up and play quarterback?
Well, I've always been a quarterback. It's just when I got in high school, I was always the backup quarterback.
Okay. But man, just for your story alone, man. I want everybody to hear it, man. Just what you done for the team. Giving up your receiver position or DB position, whatever, and you come out and you step up, and you guys are on a 7-8 game winning streak. You guys have done some big things this year. You knocked off, Carl Albert team that beat you last year in the playoffs, and you come back and you beat the number one team in the state. Not did you beat them, you embarrassed them. Keeping it 100. Here's what we do: 49-0, man. It's just like they never had an answer for you guys, and watching you Starks roll out and hit passes, I'm thinking, how is this kid throwing the ball? You look like a Patrick Mahomes out there, but I'm just saying, I think you guys are the hottest team in 5A right now. I think the Dell City game, and you guys are going to be the game. I'm going to say the game of the year because, everybody talked about the McAllister game, but this game is big because both of you guys come in trying to win a district championship. What's it going to take for you guys to beat Dell City?
I think it's going to take us trusting our coaches, trusting each other, and the thing that Dell City's really good at is causing chaos on the defense side of the ball, which they're really good at. So I think they try to cause chaos. So we just got to stay calm and take what they give us.
That's big time because what you're saying is right because like I said, they do got 3 or 4 guys is going to go play some D1 ball. I know a lot of people get scared about when you start seeing guys with 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. I know you guys as a team as Coweta, y'all just go out and play ball. You can see that what you guys did to Eric, McCarty. You guys shut him down. It's probably his worst high school game ever, and you guys did it, man. Y'all scored on all different levels of the game, offense, defense, special teams, wherever it took, you guys did it. So this week going into this game, Starks, you still, I think the paper, the Tulsa World said you will remain the starting quarterback going into Friday night's game?
Yes, sir.
So how do you feel about that? Are you happy about it? Are you ready to give it back over to your QB1, or you just say, hey, man, let's keep this train rolling?
I got us here. I'm staying in my position. What you talking about?
I'm just going to do whatever it takes to win.
Man, that's it. I like it. So that's big time. You got any questions for him?
Yeah, just talk about the team's success this season. What's going on at practice? What's the feeling in the locker room? Because y'all are sitting undefeated right now, and you're going in to probably the biggest game of the year.
So probably going into the biggest game of the year. We always got the same attitude, practice really hard, take it one game at a time. The energy is always great. Our team's just we don't got a bunch of guys who 4 stars, 3 stars. We just no-star dogs.
That's
really.
What I like.
Yeah. We just no-star dogs. Right. And everyone on this team love each other, so the energy always great. We just brothers. No star dogs. What we gonna go with by now?
All right,
I love that, man. I love that, man. That's. I'm gonna give me a teacher say no star dogs. Keep it 100. I'm get that, and I'm gonna give y'all some money when I make some money off of it, though.
Hey, yeah, they got that NIL now, so
there we go. There we go. Let's make it happen.
But, go ahead.
No, my fault. I'm so excited to talk to these guys. But, Starks, like I said, you look at you and Mason, like my brother kind of said, you guys are kind of like a dynamic duo. Mm-hmm. You can tell you guys played together,
You know what I see when I see film?
What's that?
I don't understand why these college coaches, this is Jonah. I see high IQ, high football IQ. Like when I turn on the film, I was like, okay, is he a tailback playing quarterback? And I kept watching. I think I watched the McAllister game. and you do a pass cross body. I was like, no, he's legit. You got a nice ball. You can see it come off your fingertips. I can probably catch it. And
he can't catch,
and
y'all.
I can't catch. But you have a nice ball. You can see it, like I said, you can see it come off your fingertips. I mean, you're sitting in the pocket. You're not just trying to run. Like, you're staying, your eyes are downfield. But when you do run, it's a wrap. You're fast.
Yeah.
And what I do like about I don't know who Batman and Robin is, but Mason, he's smart too. He sits in the window. Like I said, it's like y'all know what y'all gonna do. And it just makes, and his turnover is quick. Like, his 0 to 60. Like, when he sits in the window, he's there, his feet are moving. Like, he already goes from 0 to 60. Like, some people turn around.
Yeah.
This is track talk, sorry. His turnaround is quick, and that's what I liked about Mason when I turned on his film. But what I was about to say is, I see a Swiss Army knife. I'm saving money as a college university. I can put Mason at punt return, kick return, receiver, DB, and put Starks the same position. I'm saving 5 or 10 scholarships on 2 kids. And I don't see why coaches don't see that in the universities.
But, and think about it. Mason plays bigger than what he is. I don't know
I was
how
about to
big.
say, he plays like he's 6 foot.
I mean, he plays bigger than what he is, man. I mean, but that's the thing about it. He talks about, being a dog, and that's all he's always been, man. He plays bigger than what he is. Starks, how big are you?
I'm about 5'10", 170.
Okay, and Mason, how big are you? Real talk, Mace. Real talk.
Real talk. You know, I was gonna say 6 foot.
He played like he's 6 foot.
But he does though, man. I mean, Mason's a guy that I follow for all through high school, and then I put it in my notes. Talk about him today. The town of Coweta is gonna cry when he moves away, because you could tell he's that hometown kid. Everybody loves him. Has a great attitude. The way he carries himself, his family, and all that. Being with Dobbins and stuff, man. He just real humble. He's not arrogant, man. And just watching him in the Carl Albert game and watching him in the McAllister game, he's always making a play. You know?
He's always in the picture.
I mean, his stats might not jump out to you, but he's that guy that's like, he's that dog that's always going to bite your ankle when there's a fight and get you off of him, because, I mean, he is, man. He's just a dog, man. And I think, and I'll tell you guys, I do the Coach Jones show. And I know he's worried about this game, because you guys got some athletes. I mean, people could talk about Dell City's athletes, but you guys got some dogs too, though. Granted, they might not be the biggest, but you guys, it don't matter how big you are, if you can make the tackle, or how big you are, if you can make the catch. And I think that's what you guys got over at Dell City. I mean, over at Coweta, that Dell City worries Dell City going into this week, because what you guys did in McAllister, it woke a lot of people up. Right. What you guys did to Carl Albert woke a lot of people up. This ain't no fluke, man. We here for real. And I mean, and this is you guys' last year to win a state championship and win a district championship. I think you guys are going to go out with a bang.
Hey, Mason, have you always played DB or receiver?
I've always played both sides of the ball.
Have you heard that you're better DB than receiver?
Yeah. A lot of people say that.
Yeah. He'll come up and hit you. I think he's a better DB than his receiver. He doesn't have to think on defense. Like, I can tell he's just playing ball. He's reacting. Offense is kind of different. He's kind of just sitting in the window. But his 1-2 break to the ball is quick as hell, and he can tackle.
So, Mason, what do you plan on doing at the next level? Are you planning on playing offense or defense?
Well, most of my offers that I have are for offense.
Right. Because offense sells.
They sell tickets. They sell.
And plus, how tall did you say you were? Like, really?
Like 5'9".
Yeah, so that's what hurts me.
What about you, Starks? I mean, what do you plan on playing the next level? I know they got you playing QB. Are you gonna play defense? Or you gonna play defense offense?
So right now, I currently only have 2 offers, and they're both to play receiver.
Okay, and you just got one the other day. What offer was that? Who was that just got you the other day?
I got an offer from Dordt University. It's in Iowa.
That's is that an Ivy League? No,
it's an NAIA school.
Okay,
well, I mean, that's still a pretty good school.
Yeah. I tell each young man that comes on this show, man. I got a son that plays. He's up at UCO, man, and I mean, every kid wants to play D1. Believe me. I mean, but I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's the most important thing is getting that education, getting that degree paper. My brother sits next to me. He has a couple of degrees, and Ethan's working on his degree, and so. At the end of the day, to say, hey, I got a degree and I done my part, high school ball, college ball, but the most important thing is walking away, having that paper. And I think both of you guys are, just listen to you talk. You're both well-spoken young men. I'm telling you right now, if a college coach calls you right now, he's going to enjoy it. He's going to get out the phone and be like, golly, these guys are very just, well-spoken. It means watching you guys, huddle and watching your Twitter page, ain't all that cussing and gang banging. And I'm not taking nothing from no kid. I was watching a kid that was a 4 or 5 star the other day. He was looking at his Twitter, man, and he had all that cussing. And I'm thinking, man,
they have an actual.
And Kel talked about that on the show.
I knew that before, and they have an actual department that does that. Like your Twitter and all that stuff is your background check.
It's a background check, and the way you both are carrying yourself it's gonna pay off at the end, man. And big things gonna happen. So let's talk about this game Friday night, though, man. Like I said, Dale City's a good team. This is for the district championship. What is Coach telling you guys? I loved his after you guys were playing McAllister. I was watching the game and I know Coach kind of got a little country accent, and then and the lady asked him, or somebody, the commentator asked him, how do you feel about it? He said, we ain't done that yet. I said, all right, Coach, we ain't done that yet. So I loved it. So I just, you guys were up 35 or 28-0, and the coach said, y'all ain't done that yet. And so I was like, man, I love that because he was right. The game ain't over yet. So you got to keep. I know he's going to have you guys prepared for this game. So, what's this week going to be like going into practice?
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. A lot of film. Watch a lot of film. I think our main thing is just staying focused. That's really what we got to do.
Right.
Don't get caught up in the media or whatever. It's number one game in the state or whatever. We just got to go out there. Because none of that mattered once it comes Friday night at 7 o'clock. We got to step on the field with probably one of the best defenses we've ever played. Probably the most athletic defense we played all year. So it should be fun.
Well, when you look at Dale City, I know you guys got through knocking off East Central, but I know and you can't say you haven't. But I mean, when you look at Dale City's film and you, what jumps out to you? I mean, what's a player that jumps out?
The thing that jumps out the most is that D line. That D line. They got a.
But you got a mobile quarterback though. They got a
good D line.
Yeah.
So they got a young man. I'm gonna go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up. My fault.
The D line's great, but they still got some athletes in the back end. Obviously, they got Nigel, but one that's like really not talked about much. I think his name's like Braylon Adama. He's
He can go. He can go.
He's a really good football player. So. I think he's just as good as some of the athletes they got on their team that he doesn't get talked about enough.
They know names.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's big time. So that's what it's all about right there. You know their names. I don't know half of those kids' names, and I do their show.
Proof they watch the film.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could probably go down and name their whole defense right now.
They got a young man I like a lot, Tango, man. He come over from John Marshall. Tango's a good kid, man. He's built like a brick house. But I tell you the thing about Coach Jones, though, man. He is a good coach, man, and he's not. I tell you, when he got beat by McAllister, I mean, he walks over and gives Eric a hug and tell him, "Hey, great job." And a lot of time I watch some coaches get beat and throw fits and cuss and scream and all that, man. And that's just the character of your players. If your coach acting a fool, you gonna act a fool. So I think Coach Jones has done a good job. Win, lose, or draw. And he told me, he said, "Man, 10 years ago, Tony, I would act a fool. But, you got to grow up because, like, at the end of the day, I mean, I coached Little League. Me and my brother coached Little League team, and I was mad. I was cussing at the coach the other night. I was like, you got to quit that. But I hate to get beat. Nobody wants to lose. But, I mean, I think you guys are a testament of your coach, man, just the way he is. And like you said, he's having y'all prepared for this game. I think Dale City, and I tell Coach Jones this, I think they got to play a perfect game to beat you guys because I know your coach going to have you guys set up, ready to go. I think having Starks at quarterback is gonna be it's gonna be tough.
I mean, City seen anybody like
I mean, you seen Still Wassel, but I think Starks is a little bit faster than Still Wassel. And I think he throws the ball pretty good. So, like I said, you got Mason that can catch the ball. You guys got a couple other guys that stand out real good. You're some receivers. So, if you guys don't mind, name some of the other guys because I know they don't get the knowledge of the stand out like other people get.
You gotta get Lolo in there. So we got our starting running back, Lolo Bell, 5'10", 185. And we got number 2, Justice Grammer. A little bit. Number 20, Kevon Robinson. And then, of course, our good tight ends is Carson Flannery and Noah Lloyd.
What number is he?
80.
Is number
30.
30 can go. 30 can go. I'm telling you right now that, he's that guy. I'm telling you right now. If it was cold outside, he wouldn't have a shirt on.
He's not gonna have a shirt on.
I'm telling you, man. He's that deer hunter. I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you. I'm keeping it 100. I'm telling you, That kid can go, man. Don't y'all got a big tight end too?
Yeah,
Yeah, his name's Noah Lloyd, number 9. He
Well,
also
okay.
plays inside back.
I'm just,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
those boys will come hit you in the mouth. You better be ready. I'm just
Mhm.
telling you.
Yeah.
30
I like
30 jumped
I like
out at
30,
me.
yeah.
When I watched film, he jumped out at me. And I was like, man, that kid can go. But it seems like
Yeah.
you guys got it, coach got y'all ready. What is y'all's coach's name? Because I'm going to introduce myself on Friday night.
His name's Tim Harper.
Tim Harper, man. Like I said, he's done a great job with Coweta, man. I know Mason, and I know you both are excited about, knocking off Carl Albert at the beginning of this year and did knocking off. I mean, think about it, man. Y'all can do the trifecta. You knock off Carl Albert, knock off McAllister, then knock off Dell City. Y'all done some big things, and it sets you guys up pretty for a state championship too, because it gets you the number 1 seed, and you got to play, the 4th seed. Then you'll play the 2 seed. Could be Midwest City or I think it was Midwest City or Collinsville. One of them. I kind of got it wrote down. I got all this wrote down on my paper, but it sets you guys up pretty good. And Dell City got to. I mean, not only Dell City got to beat them by 9 to get the number 1 seed. So it's not like Dell City just got to beat them, but Dell City got to beat them by 9 to get the number 1 seed. So Coweta got to control the game. I think it's going to be a great game. I took that day off just to get ready for that game. What you got, Big E? What you got?
Man, I just want to say good luck to y'all this Friday night. Me and Tony will be there. It should be an exciting game, but yeah, just ready to see y'all do y'all's thing. It'll be a great game.
Y'all gonna be sitting on that Coweta side?
Man, we're gonna sit right in the middle. Sit in the middle, you don't get in trouble. Everybody loves you. Nobody throws eggs at you. See, that's how. Who said? Was that Mason that asked that?
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Mace. Hey, I'm not Dobbins, man. I mean, I'm gonna sit right in the middle, man. I'm gonna come get my pictures, man. Like I said, when I do the Keep It 100 show, I love everybody. When I do the Coach Jones show, I got to give DLC some love. But I'm gonna have a Keep It 100 shirt on that night, so I'm gonna be on everybody's side. You know what I mean? And like I said, man, it's all about the kids, man. I've been a big Masons fan for many years, man. I've watched this man grow up, and he's trained with my 2 boys, with Dobbins, man. And I'm just telling you, man, the guys I just love because I love him because he plays bigger than what he is, and I got some short kids, so us short people got to stick together.
You want to hear a funny story? I was watching Mason's huddle, and I was going, oh, look at White Chocolate. White Chocolate can go. Then his huddle went to basketball. I said, wait a minute. Didn't he play basketball too?
You play basketball, Mason?
Yes, sir.
He's a point guard. I said, wait a minute. He ain't white, Mason Black. I thought he was white. I was like, white girl. I was like, white dude can go. Then I saw his basketball film, and I was like, oh no, Mason.
Mason said you said it late but got it straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mason said you said it. He said all the ladies like. He said can't nobody to this have demonstration. What you call it? Be prejudiced towards Mason. Shit. He keeping it real. But no, man, Mason, I'm gonna come see both of you guys, man. And I'm a big fan of Starks, what he's done this year, stepping from receiver and being the backup quarterback and taking the role of becoming the leader quarterback, man. And I know it has to be tough on the starting quarterback, but man, I'm a firm believer if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You guys got a lot of momentum going in. Maybe first week of playoffs, and you might make some moves, but right now going into this game, man, I think you stick with Starks, and because I think he just got that quickness. And they got to count for him, because if you don't count for him, he's going to take off and run on you. And then it's going to be, granted, they got some guys that can move in the back end, but Starks can move too. So it's going to be a great, exciting game, man. It is. It's going to be a great high school.
It's going to take them out of man.
Yeah.
They're going to have to play zone against you. If they play man against you, then I don't know what to tell you.
I personally think they'll stay man.
Oh, you think they can say man?
I think they'll stay man.
They can't play man against you.
So what do you,
they're not gonna switch up their whole defense.
They're gonna have to. I'm not playing man. I'm not playing man
do,
against Starks. I'm not telling you the DB's backs are gonna be turned.
What would you rather play, Starks, man or zone?
I'd rather them play man against me. Because as soon as that DB's back's not turned, they better have a spy on them. Who
you better put 2 spies.
They better run zone. Because if they run man, it's going to be a long night.
We see a lot of zones, so
I think have to.
If they play zone, then it'll be even better for us because we see a lot of zone.
They're going to have to run zone against him. They can't run man against him.
I hope so.
I hope so.
If I'm defense, but then again, if you run zone against Mason, he's just going to find a window. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so we see zone a lot.
Yeah.
Mason has got a high-ass IQ. I'm cussing.
Hey, we keep it 100 here. We can beat that beep.
He's got a high-ass IQ. I've seen him. He breaks his routes, and he's quick out of his routes.
Yeah, he's really quick.
So I don't
But
know
one
what you're gonna
thing-
do. You're gonna have to show one, and when the ball's hyped, that's what you're gonna have to get ready for. They're gonna show you one, and go out to another one. So you better tell your coach to get that pre-reach snap before it snaps to see if they're gonna send somebody in motion.
You can't be giving all the secrets
No, you
away.
gotta send somebody in motion and see if they're in man. You're gonna have to, because if they run in zone, like you said, Mason's gonna turn apart. You running man, then he's just gonna take off running because your DB's back's gonna be turned.
Hey, they're gonna have a long night. I'm telling
It's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great high school football game. Like I could say, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be cheering for a lot of the guys out there. But like I said, I want to have these two guys out there. I know it's Mason's last year. And Starks. I mean, you both have done a great job. And Starks, like I said, you're just a story of its own. Stepping up and playing QB. You know, a guy that was playing receiver. Your starting QB, Labadie, goes down, and you step up, and you guys got a 8 game winning streak right now.
Yeah, 8-game win streak.
I mean, so, and like I said, I mean, it's big time, you know, it really is. But like guys, like I said, I know, I appreciate you guys coming on the show on a Sunday afternoon, both talking a little high school sports, man. Like I said, I mean, and you said it, you know, yourself. I mean, don't get caught up in the media. I know we're part of the media, but I want you guys to have a good time, man. Enjoy this senior year, man, because like I said, once it's over, it's over. But so enjoy every moment of it. Soak it in, man, and like I said, you guys stay good friends, man, because like I said, it's hard to find good buddies.
Yes.
Sir, I appreciate you having us.
No, man, appreciate it, man.
It'll be different for us because we never played at Dome City before.
It's a nice stadium, man. It'll be a good atmosphere, man. The hype man, he does a good job, man. I mean, you guys pretty much bring a good crowd. I know McAllister brought a good crowd. You guys.
I heard the announcer or whatever, you know, a quarterback gets sacked, or is term sack lunch.
Yeah. They get hype over there, man. They do a good job. Before I let y'all go, I gotta ask you though, man. I mean, so what's the go-to meal, and what y'all gonna have in the ear pods on Friday night?
What am I gonna have in the ears on Friday night? Probably a little bit of everything, honestly.
Yeah.
Probably I'm definitely gonna have Drake. I like Drake.
See, he's dropping that album with 21.
Yeah,
that'll be
pretty
fine.
decent.
Yeah.
Look at Ethan. I hear you.
Yeah. He knows his music.
Yeah,
Hey,
I love me some 21, man. I like listening to him.
I don't know none of these people. I know 50.
you got to listen to some 21 Savage, Tony.
I know 50. That's all I know because I'm 50. I know 50. So what's the go-to meal though? You gotta have something. You gotta have some, you know, right in the belly to go play that Friday night game.
That's
And you know we eat
night.
Chick-fil-A every week.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A?
our team go-to meal is Chick-fil-A. We eat that
Chick-fil-A.
like pretty much every week.
Does the team get it? Or do y'all gotta go buy it?
No,
Nah,
the team gets it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's when you know you're making money because Chick-fil-A ain't cheap. I tell you right now. I got one kid at the house and she said Chick-fil-A. I said, no, baby, you better go get that chicken sandwich from McDonald's. I tell her that.
Hey, don't sleep on them.
Hey, that
McChicken.
McChicken is
Chicken to go home.
Yeah, McChicken. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on, man. Good luck this Friday night. Like I said, I come over and introduce myself to you, Starks and Mason. So we'll have a good time Friday night, man. But good luck to you guys, and everybody
Thank you.
stay healthy, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you again.
No, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, folks, that's Mason and Starks out of Coweta, Oklahoma, man. Two outstanding football players is going to come into Dell City this Friday night and get ready to play the Dell City Eagles for a district championship. Should be a great game. You're looking at a young man that played receiver and stepped over. Now he's playing QB. You're looking at Mason, a young man that's probably one of the top, I'm going to say the top DBs and top receiver in the state, man. I mean, he plays bigger than what his size is, but he's an outstanding player. I'll tell you, Friday night, if you want to come watch some great football, you come check it out. You know, Dell City and Coweta will battle off at 7 o'clock kickoff time. I'll tell you, it's for the district championship, and people can say what they can say what they want to say, man. But that district championship sets you up pretty good. And you guys know why? Can y'all tell me why that district championship set you up good?
Seating.
Seating, but will you?
get a bye.
But no,
You
you
play
don't
at
get no
home.
bye. You play at home.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like mama's home cooking.
Right.
Nothing like mama's home cooking. And it says nothing like having to not get in a truck. And, you know, they're driving all the way from Coweta. That's about a 2-hour drive coming to Oklahoma City, Dell City on Friday night and get ready. But I'll tell you, we're talking about Dell City. Coach Joe's going to have them boys ready, man. I mean, he has to. He knows this is a big ball game for him. You know, for him to win another district championship, he won last year in 6A small. He has a chance to win one in 5A. Has a chance to put himself in a great position to go win a state championship. So he has to come out and ball out. You know, when you got that, what did they say? They have no stars. What do they call themselves?
No star dogs.
No star dogs. And then, you know, when you got a team that has 4 or 5 guys that got some stars, hey, man, you don't want to get beat by no guys with no star dogs.
Yeah.
You don't, and he knows that. And I think about it, man. I mean, you don't want to get beat on senior night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's their senior night.
Senior night. There's gonna be a lot of mamas crying.
Yeah.
Cause they baby playing the last time at Dale City Stadium. So you got to come out and ball out. But I'm telling you right now, Coweta gonna be ready. Coweta gonna be ready. Don't sleep on. Huh?
If they're naming off kids' names, they ain't say number 9. They said his whole name.
They said Tango, huh? Hey, they watching film. Be ready, Dale City. They coming after you. They gonna come hit you in the mouth. And I ain't lying about that number 30. I'm telling you right now, if I'm catching the ball or running the ball, I'm looking for him.
Yeah.
I got my head on the swivel. That boy come hit you. And they gonna come hit you. It's a country town.
That's all they got is football.
That's all they got. They gonna bring everybody. Huh?
Football and Chick-fil-A.
Football and Chick-fil-A. Well, folks, we're going to get back to these recaps. We're
Yeah.
going to finish the show strong, man. Like I said, once again, thanks for having Jonah join us today on this Sunday afternoon. He's getting in a little groove now. He's starting to feel it. Jonah's going to bring you that educational side. He's going to talk that big, I was watching your film, and you was in the 3 technique. I can see the ball flit off your hands.
That's right.
That's that 4K TV
That's
he got.
4K.
Let's get back to recap, guys. Let's get back. And finish
So I
this
think
show.
we left off with 4A. So in 4A, you had Broken Bow and Hilldale. Broken Bow was ranked higher than Hilldale, so a little upset here. Hilldale wins 52-28.
Yes, sir.
And then let's see another good game that I saw. John Marshall versus Cash. Cash got the win by 1 point, 37-36. Moving on to.
Well, I had a couple games.
Go ahead.
Real quick,
Elk City was it.
Newcastle still doing their thing, man. Beating Class in 51-12. Blanchard still, they got a good chance to win that district over there, knocking off Bridge Creek, 47-0. Bethany beat up on our boys. Chris Blink beat them up bad, 70-7. Cushing, the number 1 team in 4A. With a high talent quarterback that's going to go to New Mexico State, beat up on our man Stoddard, 40-7, and Tuttle still doing their thing, beating up on Tecumseh 40-6. Then we're gonna move on to 3A.
Yeah, 3A. Let's get over there. Kingfisher and McLeod ended up being a good game, 21-14. Kingfisher gets the win. And then you had, what was the game I highlighted last week? Here it is. Stigler and Lincoln Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Both teams coming into the game having only 1 loss, and Lincoln Christian
Shut
them out.
49-zip.
And then another good game you had, it was a good game on paper. Ended up being a blowout. You had Bristow at Cassia Hall. Cassia Hall gets the win, 56-22.
And then you got Heritage Hall knocking off Plainview, beat them 50-14. Heritage Hall, each year Heritage Hall found a way. Then you had Metro Christian staying undefeated, knocking off Mainford. I think it was 7-6. So that was a good ball game. I'm sorry.
Metro Christian and Manford, that was 55-6.
55-6.
Yeah.
They're 7-0. And then you had Verticus beating Jay 56-28. Then we're gonna move on to 2A.
2A. Game that I had highlighted last week. We had one of their guys on, Red Martell from Beggs.
Woo!
They were playing Kiefer. That was for their district championship, and Beggs falls to Kiefer 28-14.
Who is Kiefer? They must be the real deal. We got to find somebody from them and have them on the show. But folks, I'm gonna tell you real quick while we talking. We touching 918-405. That's what we doing here.
Yeah.
And people know what we're doing here, man, because I'm getting much love from other people. Sometimes we don't put it all out there and tell them what we got going on. You don't tell everybody your secrets. You got to just keep on moving and working. But I tell you this, though, what Keep It 100 is doing, man, we got some big things coming up. We got invited to a deal on, you got that flyer to eat? Or
Yeah.
we got invited out Thursday night.
To the Middale tailgate?
Middale tailgate.
So.
And so that's a big deal. Me and he's gonna go out there and represent them for a little bit, talk, and go show our face and put a little stand up and let everybody know who Keep It 100 is. I can't stay long because we got a tough game that night. Our little league 6th grade team, so I stay an hour, shake hands, kiss the babies, and everybody can meet me and Mr. Ethan, and then tell everybody what Keep 100 is doing. But like I said, I just wanted to let everybody know, man, we got some big things under the tent that's gonna come the next couple of weeks. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then moving on to 2A.
Yes.
You had or we already talked about that Kiefer Beggs game. Another game to talk about right here is Prague and Warner. Very low scoring game. Prague gets the win 7-0.
Man,
Yeah,
Prague good.
Yeah,
They good. Prague,
they're
stay undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about these little towns, man, but those little towns, you have 1 or 2 kids move in, man, they can change the whole atmosphere, I'll tell you, my neighbor, man, he's struggling a little bit, he, Crossing beats up on Bethel, beat them up 35-0. Looks like, Coach Ginn and Tapley, they're going to have to probably win out against Luther and Jones to make the playoffs. So, Jones is they had a good game beating Chandler the other day. So, they kind of got their little thing going. But I just tell you right now, I mean, Jones, they keep doing what they're doing. They're going to make the playoff, keep the playoff alive, knock it off Chandler 34-7. That's a big win for the Horns. They kind of started off slow, but they got some things going right now. And like you said, you talked about Prague and you talked about Millwood. Millwood is doing some nice things this year, man. I think they got one loss. They knock off OCS. 40-13.
Yep.
It moves them to 6-1. So, but the best team in that district is who? And that 2A is who?
Washington. Yep.
Get that trophy to Washington.
Washington outside of Norman.
Outside of Norman.
Yeah.
They just play ball. They win, and every year, what it is kids that can't play at Norman more, and they move to Washington. Nice homes out there. Ain't no crime out there. You know what I'm saying? So they move to Washington. So shout out to John Hancock and Chris Reynolds, the superintendent. John's played ball at Midway City. He's doing a great job out there as a principal, and Chris Reynolds, the superintendent. I mean, they got the best facilities. They got their own indoor practice facilities. So people like that. So great job to Washington. John gave me a hard time the other day on our little group text, our fantasy league, and he's like, "When you gonna keep it 100?" Well, when you invite me out, and I'm sorry, Mr. Goose, I have not made it to Newcastle. I'm just telling you, last Friday night, I ain't gonna lie, folks. I took the night off. I stayed in the house with my wife and my daughter, and I just chill. I wanted Chinese. I didn't get Chinese. I ended up getting You got Chinese?
I got some Chinese.
Man, I didn't get no Chinese. I was mad. I wanted Chinese. I ended up getting actually, I didn't get that. My shake spilled.
Dang.
What's
your favorite Chinese food spot?
Man, it used to be Canton Palace, but they closed down, so I've been hitting a little man trail. I want Chinese tonight. She said she won't make Chinese tonight. Well, I'm getting me some Chinese. I'm getting me some Chinese. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're gonna keep it 100.
I know it's like a chain restaurant, but I love me some Panda Express.
Man, you like Zoe. That ain't Chinese. That's just a fast food, man. That's Zoe.
Chinese.
Zoe can eat that every night. Every night she can eat that. Every night she can eat that.
Or that Mandarin place. That Mandarin place is pretty
in
good.
Dale City?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I had to go to since Canton. Canton's our spot.
Drive all the way.
I have to sometimes. But tell the truth, growing up, what did mama have? Canton.
Let's get into these matchups that we got going on next week. 6A1 and 6A2. There's really no good matchups. They're all pretty one-sided. I mean, you can go ahead and you can expect who's going to win those matchups. So we're just going to start right off with 5A. You got Coweta at Dell City. We already talked about it. We had Nikylan and Mason on. That probably could be the best game in the state this week.
I'm asking you. I know we do a lot with Jones. Who's going to win that game?
Man, I think right now I got to pick Coweta. If we keeping it 100, I got to.
Coach Jones ain't going to let you on the field.
I got to pick Coweta.
It's whoever wins
the turnover battle.
Well, not even that. The front.
It's going to start in the trenches.
I haven't seen
Only thing that kind of got me with the Coweta, man, they talk about their front too much. Like they were kind of scared.
Good?
I mean, you got Jaden Foreman. You got,
that's just talk. I mean, that's probably just what they see when film comes on.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's to me, it's gonna be I'm gonna say it's gonna come down to turnovers. Who has less turnovers? I think Dell City has a great kicker, Stanley Johnson. Had him on the show last week. The guy can kick. He just hit his longest the other day, 45 yards. So I think
it's gonna be a low scoring game.
I think it's going to be a good defensive game. I mean, I think it's going to be a 28-21 ball game.
What's the weather going to be like?
The weather's supposed to be pretty decent. It's supposed to be like in the 80s. So I just think, it comes down, don't overcoach.
Right.
Jones don't try to overcoach the game. I think their coach is, you could tell he has those guys. He didn't prepare for East Central last week. He was preparing for Dell City. If they know the kids' names and numbers and all that, he's been preparing for Dell City for a few weeks out because, they're the number one team in the state. You got number one versus number two. If you lose that game, Jones goes to 3, Coweta goes to 1, McAllister goes to 2. I like being the number 1 seed. You get your first 2 games at home. It's never, like I said, it's nothing like playing at home. So I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't think either one of them blow each other out. I think Jones is going to see a defense that, I know he might think he has better athletes, but sometimes it doesn't matter if they bracket you and they do the right things and make you do the things that you're not good at. Right. It's going to make the game tougher. So it should be a good game, folks. I mean, I'm just telling you right now. I know Carl Albert will be at the game. They're off. We haven't talked about Midwest City any. Midwest City got a good chance.
They kind of got their stuff turned around. Yeah, they got Noble this week.
Yeah, they got Noble, man. They win this game. They're going to be district championship. So Andy, I know he got to be patting himself on the chest, man. He's going to have 3 teams looking to be district championship if the other 2 can take care of business. Dale City and Memphis City, like I said, Carl Albert's off, so they'll be at the game watching. I mean, what wouldn't be a better game to go to if you're off? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of reporters there. All the media is going to be there. It's the best game in the state come Friday night. So, if you're not going to watch Bigsby play, you want to go watch Dale City Coweta play.
Who's going to win after all that?
Who's going to win? I don't ever pick. I don't pick. I mean, I think, like I told you, I think Dale City has to play a perfect game. I mean, that's just being real.
Saying Dale City's going to win.
Huh?
That's basically saying Dale City's going to win if they play.
I mean, Dale City got a better athletes. I mean, they should win the ball game, but it comes down to turnovers. I mean, everybody knows that. I mean,
down to who's the smartest on the field.
Yes, but I mean, Jones was up 26-13 against McAllister and should have won that game. The fumble turned the whole game around.
So athletes have nothing to do with it.
I mean, that's what I said. It comes down to turnovers.
Comes down who's the smartest on the field.
It don't matter who's smart on the field. It comes down to hold on to the damn ball.
It comes down to
hold on to the ball.
I'm winning the game.
What happened the other night against us? How many turnovers we had?
If you in the mix, you gotta
hold the ball tight. Hold it like it's your baby little sister. You're taking it to the.
If I'm holding it like this and I'm in the mix,
you're not in the mix. Like there you go. Hold it tight. Hold it tight. You're gonna be all right. That's it. Yeah. Hold it tight. You're gonna be all right. That's what I'm saying. Hold it tight. You're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Another game that we got highlighted in 5A is Piedmont at Bishop McGinnis. That should be a pretty good matchup right there.
They got Bishop McGinnis. If you're looking at the standings, they have Bishop McGinnis ahead of Piedmont ahead of Bishop McGinnis. So don't sleep on Piedmont. They can finish number 2 in the district, and Carl Albert right now got it locked up at number 1. They're gonna be the number 1 seed. I mean, you know how it is going to Carl Albert. I'm a firm believer. I'm gonna tell you right now, Carl Albert is the hottest team in 5A right now. I mean, my Final Four. I'm gonna be real with you. My Final Fours is probably gonna be Dale City, Carl Albert, Coweta, and I don't know who that 4th team is, but I think it's gonna be my sleeper, Grove. I think Grove is gonna find a way to get in there. They're gonna knock somebody off they're not supposed to, and you're gonna see my man, Emmanuel Crawford, running over some people, and you can't catch him because the guy can go. He can flat out run. So he's fast. The young man is fast. But, I mean, I think Grove's that sleeper. Every year it's a sleeper team, and I mean, right now they're playing good ball. They play that 4A ball. They moved up to 5A. I mean, granted, you can say they haven't played nobody yet, but Collinsville was still the state champion, and they still came in, 7-0, and guess what? They went to Collinsville and beat them. So, shout out to those guys, man, over there. But I think those would be my top 4: Grove, Carl Albert, and I'm not looking at the bracket, and it might not. One of them might knock each other off. But if I had to pick a 4, I'm gonna say Carl Albert, Grove, Coweta, and Dale City. I know everybody's gonna say, what about McAllister? I think McAllister's state championship game was Dale City. They won that, and it's over.
But they use big man too much, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll have that kid beat up. Really, truly him. I mean, you already got your scholarship, man. I mean. They didn't win last year. I know he want to win the state championship. That's every young man's dream. But I just think everybody kind of got the blueprint of how to shut him down. I mean, Coweta did a great job. Granted, he was beat up, but, I mean, injuries don't go away. I mean, he's still probably banged up a little bit. But, I mean, you just keep hitting them. And, I mean, like I said, they don't have no passing game, don't have any top-notch receiver. And that's what Coweta do have, though, even if they want to bring the other quarterback in and move Starks back out to receiver.
I would actually show that.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you can't just worry about Mason. Now you got to worry about Stark. So, and Lavender's a decent enough quarterback, man. He played at 6A level last year at Putnam City North. So I mean, hopefully he's healthy enough to get back on the field. Not. I mean, his dad's smart enough guy. He'll get him in the right position and maybe go to prep school to get another year in. Because he's a quarterback. Everybody. Each QB's dad wants the kid to get the right thing done. So that's where we're at on that. What else we got, Big E?
So moving on to 4A, we got Blanchard at Bethany. That'll be a pretty good matchup, and then you got Tuttle at Newcastle.
Man,
in 4A. So
I think Blanchard will knock it off. I think Blanchard's playing good. Good ball. Bethany is too. I think Newcastle will take a loss to Tuttle.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm picking Bethany, and I'm picking Tuttle to win.
Okay.
So.
Some good picks, Big E.
Yeah. And then in 3A, you got Lincoln Christian at Muldrow. It's hard to pick against Lincoln Christian right now. I mean, they're yeah. And then in 2A, you got Veneta at Sequoia, and then Millwood at Hennessy.
Hennessy. Is that where your buddy's coaching at?
He was coaching there for a little bit. That's where he started out at, and then he went to UConn, then Mustang, and now he's the defensive coordinator over at Little Axe.
Oh yeah, talk about them guys. They ain't won a game in 2 years. They ain't won a game in 2 years. I feel sorry for those parents. They should give free tickets. Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
Hey, that's where my parents went to school at. That's where they grew up in
don't tell nobody that again. Edit that part out. No.
Hey, they didn't play sports or nothing. They just went to school there. So yeah.
Hey, we gotta have fun, man.
Yeah, it's just they're right outside of like Norman. I mean, you'd think you'd be able to get some guys over there with it just being closer to Norman, but
what's that lake out there? Thunderbird.
Oh yeah, Thunderbird's close out there.
I guarantee they got a good fishing team.
But that's all the matchups that I have highlighted this week. So
like I said, man, we another great show, man. Was three great athletes on. Starting off with the Six Killer, man. I mean, he's doing his thing, man. Hopefully he can find a school that fits him. Then with Mason and Starks, man. I think like I said, you can't talk too much. I mean, you could talk on and on and on about that game Friday night. It's going to be one of the best high school games there is. It's all comes down to the marbles of who win the district championship. I know Delsea don't want to lose on their field on senior night. And I know Coweta don't want to lose, driving up to Del City because that's a long drive home with a defeat, So, like I said, I think them guys get them chicken nuggets and that chicken sandwich from what's that place? What's it called?
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A. See, I'm not a big Chick-fil-A fan. You can tell. I don't eat that very much.
He said, what is that place called?
I don't eat them. Man. I mean, if I'm going to eat that, I might as well go to Chili's or
That's the
Outback
Lord's chicken right there, Tony.
Man, if I'm going to eat that, I might as well go to Outback.
He said Outback.
You going to spend that much money?
It ain't that much, Tony.
How much is it, E? If me and you went and got a sandwich, I bought 3 sandwiches right now, how much is it going to cost me?
Just 3 sandwiches, original?
And some fries and a drink. How much is it going to cost me, Big E?
It'd probably run us about, it'd be like $30.
$30. I can go to Chili's and do 2 for 10. 2 for 10 and get a free drink.
All right.
I'm just telling you, I'm just keeping it. What?
100.
100. Say it one time, Jonah. 100. Let's hear you say it.
100.
Hey, let's hear your voice. Like, we're going to do that. I see the ball spin off your fingers.
You like that?
I like that.
That's in the lab right there.
It's in the lab. You're in the lab. Using the lab a little bit, huh?
Well,
folks, like I said, we appreciate Jonah coming on and joining us this Sunday afternoon. Another great episode, man. It's only gonna keep getting hotter, man. I mean, as we get in the playoffs, man, and we get dialed in. We're gonna be in the lab doing our due diligence and studying and finding out what each player got. Man, like I said, I got people texting me now, can I get on the show? And I mean, I'm having to keep pushing them back because you want to get the guys that's going to be the, not say the Friday Night Lights, but just the guys that's going to make something happen on Friday night, man. So I still got a couple young men that's asked to get on the show, and I will get them on the show. But I mean, everybody keep doing their thing on Friday nights, Thursday nights. Everybody hopefully stay healthy. Get ready for playoffs. Do your thing and then keep balling out. And we'll see you next time on what?
Keeping it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports.
See ya.
I gotta keep it 1 over 100. My man